So I'm going to talk to you about retirement and the cons if you want to retire in Cartagena, Colombia. Don't get me wrong, I love it here, but there are some obstacles you have to go through it before you can live here. First you need a visa, and visa is not so easy because you have different type of visas. So the first visa is the retirement visa. You need to have certain income. I think it's $1,500 a month in dollars. Then you have to go through process, but I'm going to talk about this process later. Another visa is business visa. You have to spend, I think, $30,000 US doing business here. You can buy a car, ride as a taxi driver or whatever the business is, but you have to spend that money here, and you have to always get another year extension. Then you can buy property like you see in these buildings. There are plenty of properties, but I think this has to be over 160,000 US. So again, prepare to spend a lot of money. And there you got tourist visa, of course. You can stay here up to 90 days at one time. Then you have to leave the country and you can come back for another 90 days. So in total 180 days. And if you are thinking that you have two passports and you're gonna be staying on one passport here for 6 months and use the other passport, I don't think so, because your name show up in the computer. So what I was asking about is a retirement visa. And retirement visa is probably the easiest. If you have enough income, you can come here. You have to prove at least 6 months that you have steady income, and then they're gonna give you visa. But you need health checkup, so you need to go to the doctor. He gotta approve you. And boy, if you got existing conditions, this is gonna be a problem for you, because later on you have to purchase insurance, and the insurance, like extended insurance or something on the top of normal insurance. So it's gonna cost you a lot of money, or they might even deny you because you might have a condition which they don't want to pay for it when you die or when you get sick. Visa is gonna cost you altogether between $3,000 and $5,000, because you have to hire a lawyer. Because I don't know how much Spanish you know, but probably it's best to hire a lawyer, and that costs you around $700, I was told. So if you are thinking, because you can find the apartment here for $500, which I'm paying right now, thinking about just spending on apartment and food, then it's not gonna be just that, because you have to spend the extra money. And then you got all these expenses like electricity, which is around $150 and maybe more, depends how much air conditioning you're gonna use. But I just got used to this weather. I've been here for almost like 6 months, so I can do it some days with the fan. But that's up to you. Like now it's raining season, so it's a little colder. The weather is actually, for me, is perfect. Not too hot, but could be very hot here. Now you need gas and you need water, and that costs you, I don't know, $40, $50 a month. So if you count all this together and you are still under your budget, let's say you got budget $2,000, remember that you are here like on vacation, and maybe you're gonna go for a better restaurant, try to eat American food or European food, and of course you have to find special restaurant or different restaurant, because you can eat here on the street for, let's say, 5,000 peso or maybe 6. With the juice, it's around 12,000, which is, I would say, $4 for something. Of course, you can eat it. You can have breakfast for like up to $5 and lunch up to $5. But I don't know if you want to every day eat same food. And it's not impossible to do that and to stay here, but you need to go through the honeymoon phase. And when you decide that, okay, enough, I'm not spending money on Heineken beer, if I can get the local Aguila beer. The first thing which I would not recommend is come here and to try to buy apartment, because they might be cheap let's say $60,000 in some place in Cartagena, not at the beach here, not beach property, but of course in the city. You can buy for $60,000, maybe looks good, maybe the neighborhood is okay, but it's very hard to sell, especially when you're not here. So let's say you get sick, right, and you have to go to States and you can't really come back. How are you gonna sell your property? If you got more expensive property, you have to sell to expat or to American or European, and you have to wait 6 months, years. I heard 3 years, some houses or condos, apartments in this high rise were for sale and they didn't sell. Like you see this building, they start building it and they spend so much money on it, but I think was built with narco money and they stopped them, and now the building is sitting like this. I come here for 2 weeks, I was like amazed. Oh, this is perfect. So I went home and come back for 2 months and still was perfect. Still everything was amazing. But I'm been here for 6 months. Now I see that if you are bored at home or you are introvert, you don't want to talk to people or whatever the reason you have to not be happy in your country, you're gonna bring that with you. So trust me, if you are a lonely person, you will be lonely here unless you force yourself to do something about it. And I'm introvert and I'm forcing myself to talk to people. I have plenty of friends here, but you need to learn Spanish. If you're gonna live here, don't rely on English or whatever language you speak, because maybe you will find expats here and a group of expats, so you might be thinking, oh, I'm gonna be fine because I will be talking only to them and that's it. But what if somebody comes try to fix your water because it's not working? How are you gonna explain to them? In normal life you need to know at least something, because they will always push you aside if you don't speak Spanish, because what you gonna talk about with these people here?
What languages do you speak?
What?
English.
I speak English, Slovak, Russian little, and very little Spanish. Try to find girlfriend here and you don't speak no Spanish. What is she gonna talk to you about? Maybe she knows the English, but if she knows the English, she is hot commodity in here, and every American or whatever who speaks English wants her. At the beginning, try to just lay low and be under the radar. Make some friends, but don't try to make a big moves unless you spend here 6 months and you know that you want to settle here.
Wow, tú combinas hasta los lentes. Tú lo que te mandas son la cara, pero este buena gente.
Oye, patrón, la verdad que yo te canto sin temor. Y la barriguita rellenita del amor.
Hey, improvisado, ella va a ser la mamá de tus 5 pelados. ¿Dónde está el anillo? Que yo no la he escuchado.
Hey.